know, the United States of America was the greatest country before Trump, and it's the greatest country now after Trump. The white supremacists want to go back. They want to go back to the days when it was legal to own slaves.
You are about to be entertained by the young man who has become a legend of his own time. You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
And if you can't handle the truth, turn your radio off right now. Anyway, everybody, welcome. It's the Ron Kelly Show for another Thursday. It's October something. November 13th, 2024. Just a couple of weeks away from Thanksgiving. And good news for you SNAP people. The money is coming. From what they're saying on the news, that the SNAP benefits will be in time for Thanksgiving. So God bless America. Anyway, everybody, welcome to the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program. Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, LA Talk Radio, blogtalkradio.com, just all over the United States of America and beyond. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on another Thursday. Again, it's the 13th of November, in case you didn't know. And if when you go outside, you will know that it's the 13th of November. Anyway, welcome. Thanks, everybody, for taking time out to be hanging out with me, your friend, to the end. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program. And yes, he's here. He is here. Councilman Luis Velez, 5th Ward Councilman of the great city of Paterson, New Jersey, my former resting place for a minute. He is here and he is ready to go. And I'm going to bring him on in just a few minutes. Everybody just relax. And also, now you can put your questions for Councilman and mayoral candidate, I forgot to say, mayoral candidate Luis Velez. You can put your messages. You can message me on Facebook and YouTube, as a matter of fact. You can message me on either Facebook or YouTube, whatever venue you're watching the Ron Kelly Show from, listening, watching, talking, whatever. You can either you can text me, or you can message me on YouTube, and you can message me on Facebook. So let's get this party started, everybody. Welcome again. Thanks for joining me. And now let me just let you know now. I've asked some of you have a little bit of angst toward Councilman Velez, and now show some respect, because I'm not going to post any messages with any expletives or demeaning. And I do that for everybody. It's not just for Councilman Velez. So if you have something to say, please be respectful. Base your comment on fact, not on fiction. If you have something to say to Councilman Velez, I'd be more than happy to put it out there for you guys. And he'll be on in just a minute. He's here. I got him here. He's ready to go. And we're going to bring him on in just a minute. I just got a couple things I want to say before. I just want to let you guys know that the. Okay, what happened? Oh, I'm sorry. The views and opinions expressed here are exclusively those of myself and R. Kelly Media Enterprises, LLC, and are not those of any of my advertisers or my support team or anybody who has anything to do with the Ron Kelly Show. And also the Ron Kelly Show is being sponsored once again by American and Porterview Transportation, your source to get you to and from safely to and from your destination. All right, everybody, we're back. It's just a couple minutes past. It's 5 minutes past the hour. And this is the Ron Kelly Show. Okay, so we're going to get busy with Councilman Velez in just a second. But, I just wanted to say, I want to give the people a chance to get on, to populate the program before I start talking to Councilman Velez. I know a lot of you have a lot you want to say to him. He is also the candidate for mayor, I believe, in the next election. I'm not sure when that is. I think it's next year, 2026. And he is also a candidate for that as well. So I just want to give people a chance to populate the program. I know a lot of y'all have things you want to say, and it's very important you talk to Councilman Velez, who wants to be mayor. So, and I know that a lot of you want, you have things you want to say to him. So I'm going to give you a chance to, let me get comfortable here. I want to give you a chance to populate the program before we start with Councilman Velez. But yeah, the SNAP benefits are on the way. So those of you who are on SNAP, and I'm not, I'm not one of those guys where I talk about people who are on SNAP. I've never, well, I was on it when I was a baby, I guess, because my mother had 8 kids, so she needed some help somehow. But yeah, the SNAP benefits are on the way. So those of you who are waiting for them, sources say they are on the way. It's about 6 minutes past the hour. So here's what's happening now. I just want to say this before we bring Councilman Velez on, that the Trump administration is suing California. You just got to bang your head against something. Suing California because California wants to redistrict and counteract the Texas redistricting that took place earlier. Now, I mean, come on. Y'all got to pay attention to this stuff. You got to pay attention to this stuff. This stuff is very important. They want to sue the state of California because California, the folks in California just voted for redistricting. So now this Trump administration wants to sue to stop it. Now you want to sue somebody and stop somebody from doing what you already done. Y'all got to pay attention to this stuff. Got to pay attention to this stuff because those midterms next year are very important. You got to pay attention to this stuff. All right, so here we go. We're going to bring on Councilman. Wait a minute, how did that get back there? Councilman Luis Velez is here. Wait a minute. Halloween was a couple of weeks ago. What the heck is that? Let's see if we can get this together here. Councilman Luis Velez. All right, we'll leave it there for now. Okay, here we go. Councilman Luis Velez, 5th Ward Councilman Luis Velez, the great city of Paterson, New Jersey, is here. Welcome, Councilman. Thank you for joining me and taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to me here on the Ron Kelly Show.
Thank you, Ron Kelly. Loud and clear.
I can hear you. I hear you very loud and clear, Councilman. I can hear you.
Thank you for the invitation to your show and to the respect to all your audience out there that want to. I'm here to have a healthy dialogue with you and any questions out there. The problem I cannot see because you can be asking. I'm here to answer because I'm an open book and I have nothing to hide. I'm always open.
They've been waiting for you, Councilman. Sister Shauna speaks. So, let me see. Feedback echo on the councilman. Okay, Lamont Gates is saying there's a feedback echo on you, Councilman.
Okay, so let me see if I can turn off the microphone that I have on my desk.
Right, because you don't actually need a microphone.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't really need a microphone.
Let me put it away.
Well, he says Lamont Gates is saying turn the audio down. Okay. Yeah, they're saying there's an echo. So you can turn that. You don't need a microphone.
Okay, good.
All right, okay. Is everything all right now, people? You guys out there who are monitoring the Ron Kelly Show? Okay, G. Greer is saying there's a really bad echo when you speak, Councilman. I'm not sure why that is, but whatever you are tuning in with to the Ron Kelly Show, just turn it down a little bit, Councilman. They're saying that there's an echo, Councilman Greer. Councilman Greer. Oh, they're saying there's an echo when you speak, so you can just turn the volume down on whatever it is that you're, whatever your feed is coming in on, and we can get things going here. So everybody, yeah.
What about that?
Okay, I don't know. Well, let's see. Lamont Gates is asking, are you logged in on more than one device? See, because I can't hear that echo. It sounds perfect to me. I can't hear that, but people who are out there listening to the Ron Kelly Show can hear an echo. I don't know.
Let me see. Testing.
Yeah, he says if Lamont Gates is asking if you're on more than one device, if you were logged in.
Let me see. Let me see now.
Let me see now.
G. Greer says, I just spoke his campaign into existence. Okay, all right. Well, maybe I can get a favor or two, once you win. I mean,
Well, I don't have no feedback.
Lamont Gates says the echo. Lamont Gates. This is so hard to please Lamont Gates, former co-host here on the Ron Kelly talk radio program. I don't know if Lamont Gates is the only one who's getting an echo. As long as you're not everybody's saying there's an echo, Councilman. I mean,
I think the feedback comes from you because I don't have nothing on my cell phone that is presenting your this interview.
Okay, so have him close out and come back. No, we're not going to do that, Lamont. We're not going to do that. If you, Council, I don't want to spend a whole hour talking to you about feedback, but if you have more than one, if you have more than, I don't know what they mean by echo, but the sound is coming from you. I don't think they hear a sound echo.
Let me see. Try your speakers. You have your headphones. How you got your speakers in your stereo on?
Well,
if you got your headphones, you don't need the speakers.
What I may need to do is to turn my mic off when you're talking. So, and I can definitely do that. So
no problem.
All right. So, Councilman, lots of people were waiting for you to come here on the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program. There has been some stuff going on in the city of Paterson, and so let me just start out by asking you, like, what are aside from you wanting to be the mayor of Paterson, New Jersey, what are your biggest concerns about what's going on in the city of Paterson right now?
Well, first of all, let me say thank you to all those that have tuned in to your show, Ron Kelly, especially John, Mr. G. Greer, Lamont, and those that probably are watching right now. I'm blessed that you was interested to bring me your show. I did it once, and it was a great show. At your question, I'm being elected since 2016 in the city of Paterson. I think I could grade my family grades my position as one that is being notable and good stuff, speaking positive in the city of Paterson and making sure that the government works smoothly and making sure the government is for the people and people receive the attention that they're supposed to have from an elected official. Everybody knows that I'm a full-time councilman. I don't regret to be a full-time councilman. The time sometimes is not enough with a lot of issues that our city have, but meanwhile, those issues are resolved. I continue working as the councilman of the 5th Ward, looking forward that the people of Paterson leave aside things that are not government issues and concentrate what is really the intention of Councilman Velez running for mayor in the city of Paterson.
So, is there someone running against you in the next? When is the next councilman election, by the way?
Well, next councilman election is May.
In May. Okay,
I think it's your microphone. Okay.
No, what I did was I turned my mic off while you're talking. So
correct.
So isn't there different times the council at large is first and then the ward councils are second or something like that?
No, actually, the 3 seats of councilman at large will be open to a election with the mayor's election at the same time, and it will be May 2026, approximately 5 months from now, 6 months from now.
Okay, so the mayoral election is when?
Mayor election is May 2026, the second week of May. I believe it falls in the 14th or the 12th of May. It will go with the election of the mayor and also 3 council or large seats that are going to be available. We have 3 councilmen that are running for re-election at this point that I know is Councilwoman Liza Means, Marissa Davila, and Farid Yurin. is the one that are sitting right now as councilman at large.
Okay, so you say are you going to run for both seats at the same time, or are you
No,
going to
no,
choose
no.
one?
I'll be running for mayor. I'm the councilman of the fifth ward. Our election come for re-election in 2028. So it will not hurt me. And anyhow, if I run this election, if I don't come successful, so I could be still the councilman of the fifth ward. Will be a blessing that I become the mayor, and then I could appoint somebody in the fifth ward that has the same spirit of working for the fifth ward, and then I could appoint somebody that will be approved then by the council to appoint that individual, or leave the seat open to see who is interested to serve the fifth ward that have the same passion and compassion of the ward. It will be falling in the good hands, but I will leave it for the people.
All right, there was quite a bit of quite a bit of blowback when I announced that you were going to be on the program. No, I can't. Nobody is saying anything right now, but there was quite. And just want to let you guys know, if you have a question for the councilman, bring it on. He's here and he's open and he's willing to answer your questions. But again, if you're going to make a comment about the councilman, be respectful. And I ask that for all my guests, not just Councilman Velez, to be respectful. But you're more than welcome if you have a comment or question. Most of you who are on the show right now do live in the city of Paterson. Councilman Velez is saying that he wants to run to be mayor of the city of Paterson. So if you have any questions or comments, please do make your comment or your question known for Councilman Velez.
And Ron, I want to say this, and it's good that you said, because I clarify in my when I read your post that there was people roadblock or making negative comments that I was in your show. Listen, I'm not $100 bill to everybody gonna like, but one thing I could tell you, I am honest. I'm open to any questions with facts. And I do not entertain non-factual questions. If I have to clarify whatever question is, I'm here for it. I'm open book, and I think that people knows that we in election season. Remember, some people will take this interview and send their buddies to do any kind of question, toxic question or whatever. But it comes with politics sometimes. Well, the good politics don't do that, but the bad politicians will do anything to try to diminish or throw my credibility down the drain. But God is with me, my family is with me, and I know that people out there listen to me and they see the hard work I've been doing for the city of Paterson, and with passion and a lot of compassion.
Okay, here I go. All right, Councilman, we'll take a quick break. There's questions are populating on the message board, so we'll take a quick break and we'll come back and I will address those messages to you. But for right now, everybody's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program, and it's on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, LA Talk Radio, Blog Talk Radio, and we'll be back in just a moment with more. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio show. Yes, indeed, I am the man. What a news cycle this is. This guy has got to go. Trump has got to go. George Floyd snuffed out by this police officer who's supposed to be serving and protecting people.
It's the Ron Kelly Show.
Alrighty then, we are back. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio. Hold on, Councilman Velez. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program, and it's on blogtalkradio.com, the RonKellyShow.com, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, all over the place. So here we go, Councilman Velez. We're here tonight with Fifth Ward Councilman of the City of Paterson, New Jersey, Luis Velez. He is here, and he's willing to take a beating. He's here to address whatever you guys' concerns are, as he wants to be the mayor of the great city of Paterson. So we'll start out with this one. Councilman Velez, Sean Williams is asking, what are you planning to do about the overcrowding in the city of Paterson?
One of the things all depends what kind of overcrowding he's speaking about. We have overcrowded schools. We got overcrowded wards or city. That's understandable. We're not in the 1980s or 70s that our population was probably 80,000 people in the city of Paterson. So the overcrowded situation that is everybody look at it. We have a overcrowded city. People love our city. They be coming from different part of the state, different part of the country. That's normal that we have to grow in people. Overcrowded. It comes with a city that is our dimension of 8.9 square miles in the city. There's not a lot of land that we could say we could build as the government to say we could create housing through the housing department. So, we have to look into make sure that the overcrowding is met and the needs are met. So I believe that there's a lot of property that have been abandoned in our city of Paterson since 2016. We could say in the fifth ward, we had about 200 plus property abandoned, and now they came back into the tax rolls and different type of project, different developers and even homeowners. New homeowners have come to the fifth ward, and this comes to all the way around the city, the fourth, the first, the second, around the city. Development have come in and have met the overcrowded situation. People ask for residents, people ask for houses, they ask for affordable housing. I asking for low income housing, and I believe that we could do that.
Okay, I'm going, Sean and Lamont Gates, I'm going to get to your question in a second. But speaking of that, Councilman Velez, I was in Paterson yesterday because I still have a penchant for the cheesesteaks on the corner of Broadway and, is that Main Street? Broadway and Main Street. So I was in Paterson yesterday, and I noticed they were putting up a building on the corner of Main Street and Broadway, right on the corner right there. And I think that part of the problem, and guys, I'll get to your question in just a second, but I think what she means is that the apartments are going up in every little crevice and corner, and it's happening here too, where I live, because I don't live in Paterson anymore. But it's happening in Newark. They're putting up buildings in every little crevice they can find, and then the apartments are not affordable for a lot of people who live in those areas. So, Lamont Gates, I'll get to your question in a moment. Just speak to that. People are concerned that Paterson is being overdeveloped. Number one, and that the apartments that are being put up are not. They are market rate. They are not low income, and that it's people are saying that the developers kind of have the inside track into what happens in City Hall. Speak to that.
So the inside tracking about people is perception. Everybody thinks that the private developer has something to do with their the city has something to do with their development. They go through every process that they have to go with the building department, with the zoning department, with the planning board. They have different commissioners and the planning board and the zoning board. They have their own commissioner. They do and review every plan, and they are individuals that vote for and vote down some project in the city of Paterson. My question will be: a lot of these properties that you see that being redeveloped have been abandoned for many, 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 many years. Now, first you have to understand what the law says, and then we need to make sure that whatever fit in that law is benefit for the residents of Paterson. The redevelopment zone, and this is one of the projects that you've been talking about, the one on Broadway and Main Street, that is the redevelopment zone. Redevelopment zone allows to go that high, allowed to redevelop the area, and it's through private investors. It's not the city investing. Now, They are the one putting the money. They are the one putting the construction. They are the one that putting the area, beautifying the area. Now, of course, it's going to fall in market rate, okay, because they haven't come to the pat to our city to say that they need a letter of support for that project to create affordable housing. Now, if they do that, we will entertain it based on the need of that affordable housing in the city of Paterson. So some of this area have been abandoned or decayed or have been an eyesore in the city of Paterson, and they've been redeveloped, especially in the first ward, fourth ward, and the fifth ward that are zones, small zone that's called redevelopment zone. It's not the entire ward like everybody believes is in the entire fifth ward or in the entire first ward or fourth ward. It's some areas that the plan are dedicated by law to designated as area of need or redevelopment. If you look 10 years ago or 15 years ago, and you used to drive those areas had abandoned properties. It was decayed. It was bad. Even crime was high. Now, this new redevelopment based on every developer that comes here that want to redevelop in that area can do so. And one of the things is that falls into us is that people think that the council is the one approving this project. This project is approved by the Board of Adjustment and the board and the planning board. So that's the board responsible. The zoning board is appointed by us, by councilmen, and the planning board is appointed by the mayor.
Okay, well, a couple of times, Councilman Velez, you mentioned the putting these dilapidated properties back on the tax rolls. So, but in your opinion, what's more important, putting these properties on the tax rolls or building affordable houses for the city, for the people of the city of Paterson, Jersey? Because Paterson is considered a distressed city and needs money every year to balance their budget, and then that's not even enough. There seems like there's a tax increase every year, and the people are like being choked out with this. So, is it more important to put the properties on the tax rolls, or is it about building affordable housing for the people of the city of Paterson?
It's a combination of both. And people had to understand that there's no longer tax abatement, there's tax pilots. In this case, it's people that, let's say, believe if your house turns on fire, it's a one-family house, and it's burned down completely, and you construct a new property, you're entitled of a 5-year tax break. But that don't mean that you're not paying taxes. It's a tax break. It's a percent of taxes for 5 years that you pay for that one-family house or two-family house. All depends the investment that you did in that. And they don't have to come to the board. They don't have to come to the council to ask for that. 5, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, they could go directly to the tax assessor office and apply for it. And they, based on the investment that they did, they could get a tax break, not a zero tax break. I'm talking about they take a tax break, a reduced tax bill. It's the same thing that people think that we all approve our own renewed tax pilots for 30 years. If it's a new pilot, they have to come to the council. But if it's not a new pilot, they could go straight to the state, and the state will approve it. There's a lot of pilots that we don't even know that is approved because the state directly approve it. And some of them, we don't even know them because they have an application, a tax assessor's office, and they submit it to the state. And based on their discretion of the tax assessor and the state, they get the tax break. But that don't mean they paying zero taxes. They paying something. It's the same thing. They paying full sewer taxes. They paying full sewer bills. You know, it's not like this. People think that we are allowing all this. No, it's not. People will put it that way just to create a commotion out there and to scare people around and trying to hold development in the city. But if you understand the law and you know that it applies it, you can go against that. We have a New Jersey growth law that permitted us to get credit from the state of New Jersey, and also it allows people to come and grow in our city. Why we should take that away if that is being a benefit for the tax line for our city, our revenues.
We know, that's been going on for years with properties, not just in the city of Paterson, but all over the state of New Jersey and probably around the country, where builders are getting 20-year abatements and they don't have to pay any taxes, and then paying sewerage and some of these other doesn't even come close to what they would have paid if they paid actual uh, property taxes. But anyway, here we go. Lamont Gates says, Mr. Velez, I've watched several city hall meetings. I've noticed arguing, and I've seen that too, and almost fists being thrown. What can be done to keep a stronger decorum? The city already gets bad press, which it does, and no need for the city council to engage uh, in such. So what is your response to that, Councilman?
So yeah, that's notable. I have noticed it myself because I go back to the meetings and I watch myself and I watch the actions of others. And I think you should turn off your mic or get a feedback. Um, the and we should do better. People expect from us the high standard conduct and represent the city the same way. I'm not going to justify myself, but an action brings a reaction. And I apologize, and I continue to apologize to people regarding some of my action and some action from other people. I think that the council president and whoever was council president from this point back had the gavel in his hand and their hand and put order in the quorum. But you cannot put order in the quorum in one side only and not in the other side. It had to be across the board and make sure that everybody get the respect that they deserve. I sit at the end of the council, so I before I speak, I could hear everybody talk and make their point for hours and minutes. And the time it get to me, probably I'm tired listening, but I try to make across my point. Yes, we need to conduct ourselves. I think that we have to leave the egos on the side and act as adult. I don't have no, and I want to clear this out. And I'm gonna say day by day, I have saying it to judges, I say it to prosecutors, I have saying it for everybody out there. I don't have no personal problem, no personal issues myself. I don't hold grudges against any of my colleagues in the council. I could speak to Councilman Jackson. He allowed me to speak to him. I don't have a problem. If I could speak to another councilman, I would do so. My I don't have no kind of problem to communicate and say, you know what? Forgive me. Let's move on. I have done it before, and the record could speak by itself. Everybody thinks I'm enemy of everybody or everybody enemy. I mean, for me, I don't think I got enemies. I think I got situation that had come along with my seat, and I have clarified that I don't have no personal problem with anyone. Everybody has their different view. Everybody has their different way to conduct themselves. I don't know if you noticed that sometime in the council I smile a lot or I make a little joke. It's to calm down the situation to make sure it don't get out of hand. But some people are not like me.
Yeah, so and it does get very personal. I remember watching a clip of uh, the council meeting where somebody talked about your wife and you kind of went ballistic over that. Uh, and I mean, I get it that, I wouldn't want anybody talking about, well, I'm not married, but I wouldn't want anybody talking about my wife either if I was. But so tell me this, what would you do now? Let's say you become the mayor of the city of Paterson. Will you attend those meetings and try to make sure that those meetings are held, where everybody respects each other?
Well, let me say this, right? We have been saying that, and we have listened to other people saying that when I be mayor, I'm going to sit down there, when I'm going to miss a meeting or whatever, have not come to a conclusion. In my case, I've been sitting down as a councilman for the past 3 terms, 8, 9 years. I think that if I give the respect as a councilman to sit there, I think I'm going to give the respect to the community and those, especially the council, to now that the meetings are twice a month. I don't think I should pack my schedule as a mayor and not attend the workshop or the regular meeting and be there unless there's something out of the normal situation that I cannot be. But I will try to put it on the schedule to be at every council meeting to address the community directly in my venture as a mayor in the city of Paterson. I think the community deserves that attention. Other municipality does it. I see mayors, business administrators sitting with the mayor. I think that it will not be the exception of me not being in the council meetings and attend the clear complaints and concern and probably advice and listen to the ideas from the community and bring it to conclusion and create a plan with the community.
Okay, so Steve Mayrant says, and thank you for that, Councilman. Steve Mayrant says, there goes that term, affordable housing. There's nothing affordable about the housing being developed in the city of Paterson, Councilman Velez. And once again, there's a lot, yeah, it's a good thing that apartment buildings are being built on this empty space that, that's not producing any revenue, because hopefully, with all this new construction being built, maybe it will add to the tax rolls and maybe the taxes will come down, for the people eventually, because the people in Paterson are being suffocated by these tax increases every year. And Steve Mayrant says there's nothing affordable about the housing being developed in the city of Paterson. So give us something to hang our hats on, Councilman Velez, as far as far as what you would do as mayor of the city of Paterson. I know there's 8 other people that have to agree with you, so there's not a whole lot of councilmen singularly alone can do. But as mayor of the city of Paterson, what would you do? What would you do?
As a mayor of the city of Paterson, first of all, I will get together in the table and bring them to the table, developers, the housing authority, and the parking authority, to make a comprehensive plan of 5 years of creating affordable housing. And when I say affordable housing, I like more low income housing. Total different. The scale is different and the requirements are different. So I think that having that conversation with the housing authority and also with the parking authority and developers that are willing to join effort to create affordable or low income housing in the city of Paterson.
Matter of fact, I was in Paterson yesterday, and I talked to some people on the street before, because I knew you were coming on today. So I talked to some people on the street to try to get a feel of what people are feeling in the city of Paterson, not what's on the news or whatever, but what people on the ground in Paterson who live there, who work there, who have to go through these things, what do they think? And the feeling was mixed. Some people felt like Paterson was kind of moving forward, but most of the people, I would say like 80% of them, felt like Paterson was moving backwards, and that the council is like a ship at sea and nobody's, it's just floating out there and nobody's running it. So, Sean Williams says you should be focused on your plans, where your plans are to move the city forward, and not how people feel personally about you. But I'd say to that, Sean, but doesn't what people feel about you have a lot to do with you becoming the mayor of the city of Paterson? Don't people have to kind of like you a little bit in order for you to win?
What was the question again? Because you mix a comment with a question. That's why.
She says that you, Councilman Velez, should be focused on what your plans are to move the city forward, and not how people personally feel about you. So I guess she feels like you're doing like a PR campaign to get people to like you, and what really is going on in the city of Paterson is getting missed. So what do you say to that?
No, I said it in the beginning. I said in the beginning, I'm not $100 bill to like everyone, but I will go and move forward to make happen things that people want to see in Patterson. I'm concentrating what I want to see in Patterson. I'm not concentrating in my image. I'm not concentrating if you're going to like me or not. One thing you're going to like is if you sit down with me and you have a plan, I will look into that plan and make it happen. That's one of the things that I going to be accessible, that I going to be a listener. I'm going to be also listening to you. I'm going to be talking to you. I'm going to be accessible to you. And I think that plan down the road in the campaign trail, you're going to see it. You're going to hear it. And I think it's going to be real beneficial. I'm going to try to not make the mistake that other mayors have done in the city of Paterson. As soon as they get there, they forget to listen to the people. And I think that one of the things is try to create that relation between the government branches and the community. And I think that the community don't deserve only one town hall meeting a month or a year just to explain what's going on or listen to them. I think there should be a continuous plan and a continuous town hall meetings to get the feedback. It will alleviate that wrong communication between the government and the people, and especially in this case, the mayor.
All right, we'll take a quick break, everybody. When we come back, we'll go back to more of your comments, and we're going to talk about you, Councilman Velez, and what life has been with you over the last several months.
But you just told me one of the you say forget about me. Let's talk about government. I'm just kidding, just kidding. I can't hear you.
Oh, so it's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio Show, and it's on blogtalkradio.com, the RonKellyShow.com. Steve Mabry says the double talk. Okay. Councilman Velez left. I guess he had to go to the bathroom with everybody. Anyway, everybody, American Porterfield Transportation has been your source for 45 years. Now, after 45 years, you know they got to be doing something right. For 45 years, American Porterfield Transportation has been providing clean, safe, reliable transportation to and from your destination. They school districts, casino trips, family reunions, your personal transportation, private transportation, you name it, America and Porterfield can handle it. Give them a call, 888-753-6423, 888-753-6423 is the phone number for America and Porterfield Transportation, your source for safe, reliable transportation to and from your destination. Okay, everybody, it's Councilman Luis Velez of the great city of Paterson, New Jersey, 5th Ward Councilman and mayoral aspirant, talking to y'all live right here on the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program. Somebody seems to think that you're double talking, Councilman Velez, but here we go. What actions will you take as mayor? Sean Williams says, what action will you take as mayor to protect Paterson residents from being pushed into unsafe housing because new developments are becoming too expensive? And to piggyback over that, Councilman, those, because I thought about moving and because I want to move in one of those new buildings, but the price is just, I'd have to give up my car and my whole lifestyle living one of these places. Rents are ridiculous. And I did check out, when I was in Paterson yesterday, I did check out some of those places, President Street, a couple of those developments, and the prices are outrageous, to say the least. $3,000 a month is a lot for somebody who lives in the city of Paterson, New Jersey. Uh, Not saying that nobody in Paterson could afford that, but most people in Paterson cannot afford that. So let's dig into that. Can we get these developers to make? Uh, can we get these developers to build apartments that are reasonable, that people less than $2,000 a month, that people can actually afford? Councilman.
Well, one of the things, I don't know where they're taking this fees of $3,000 a rent apartment. I haven't seen that. I know a lot of lists of apartment for rent. They are 1,500, they are 1,600, they're 1,800. All depends. Is it one bedroom or two bedrooms? More likely, all this new development are built with one and two bedrooms. So I could show you the list of those renting lists of those developers, and we're not talking about only one developer. That goes around South Paterson, Fifth Ward, First Ward, even independent houses, one family, two family houses. Our property, they have rent control. The one that are not in rent control are the new projects, okay, but they are based on the listing that I see. I see properties, apartment from 1,500, 1,400. All depends the area or the location that those apartments are.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
Florio is the name that gets bounced around a lot in the city of Paterson as far as like wields, which developer wields the most power in the city of Paterson, and Florio is the name that pops up very often. So speak to that. I mean, how much influence does Charles Florio have in the city of Paterson, since he's the major developer?
Well, I could tell you something. I don't know how much influence he has. I don't see him influencing on me. I know that he goes through the process because the process is the zoning board and the planning board. I don't think an individual and any individual that has the money to invest in the city of Patterson and making sure that they want to build and invest in the city of Patterson will damage their reputation to or just get influence and do the project the wrong way or go cut roads to get things done. Him and other developers that I know from South Patterson, they building and they go into the process. I don't think they have influence with the council. Like everybody thinks, oh, that's because they pay the councilmen or they pay the board. We don't get involved. In my case, I don't get involved any project that comes to the city of Patterson that goes to the board or the zoning board. They have their own board. They make their own decision, and I think any developer is not going to risk their financial. They're not going to risk their reputation just because they want to influence me or anybody in the council or in the boards to just move a project that don't fit in Patterson. They spend a lot of money in engineering. They spend a lot of money in architectural and planner to make sure the plan fit in Patterson and the board approved them. You know, one of the things I could say is, as a mayor, I will bring in all to the table and create a plan that satisfied the residents of the city of Patterson. All of them could sit down with the housing authority and create a plan of low income housing. That had to be both ways, and it had to be a memorandum of understanding that the developer don't lose money, the city don't lose money, and the residents feel comfortable on what they're receiving from them.
Councilman, thank you for that. Lamont Gates says, what are your top three grievances with the current mayor, Andre Sayegh? What are your top three grievances with the current mayor?
Well, government, I could talk about three of them. First of all, it's quality of life. He haven't have the belt on his waist to be a zero tolerance mayor in between the crime and other issues that are affecting our residents of Patterson. He haven't addressed the issues of homelessness. He haven't addressed the issue of opium addicted individuals that we have in the city. He haven't addressed housing like it's supposed to be. And he have lost a lot of credibility. He haven't balanced a budget that people could say, I see a budget that will return back to the residents of Paterson. Um, he had misused in other words, the grants and the ARP money that's supposed to be for the people. He shorthanded the public employees with the hazard pay. He been shorthanded the fire department with the contracts. And we're talking about not only the fire department, we're talking about the police department and also the DPW. Our city employee are the most low paid employees in the state of New Jersey, being the third largest city in Paterson. So we could go on and on. And one of the things is accountability of what he's doing. He don't want to bring he don't want to bring a resume to say this is what's going on, and or a report, this is what's going on, and this is what they're going to do. He proved it today. His city address was a shameful city address. He limited the people of Paterson, the people that elected him, to sit there and at least listen. If you agree or don't agree, let him come in and listen to you. If you agree or not, it's still the city address. It should be open to the public. I could go on and on with things that government that he had failed the resident of Paterson. In the personal issue, I'm not here for personal things. Everybody knows what's going on.
Like, given the city budget is already underwater, how will you bridge the financial gap and resolve the deficit?
Well, first of all, we had to bring real revenues to the city of Paterson, not scare small businesses, not scare people that come and want to invest in our city. We need to create jobs through those individuals that want to bring and invest in the city of Paterson. I think that's one of the things that this mayor have been lacking. He been balancing the budget based on the pockets of the taxpayer, the city of Paterson, raising fees, raising license fees, creating new licenses with a fee to just go after the small businesses and people that really right now they're in struggle. They're in struggle. I think that we had to create more revenues to attract people to come here and shop in Paterson. That mall that we have, I think that we have a good mayor, and I think I would do it is to try to PR for people come and put small brand stores in that mall that people could come in and say, listen, instead of going to Willowbrook Mall or going to Palisade Park or going to Bergen Mall, we have express stores that people be attracted to come to Paterson and stay in Paterson to invest their money in Paterson. For example,
that mall is
that
mall has been an abject failure, from what I understand.
correct.
Steve
But
Mayrad said,
for example, I'm going to give you an example, and probably and my enemy, not my enemies, but my people that want to run for mayor, are going to say it's true. If you know that people are going to Willowbrook Mall to a Victoria's Secret store, right? Victoria's Secret store, and you know that the amount of people that goes from Paterson to Willowbrook Mall, why not create a relation with those corporate stores and say, listen, we have a mall. Can we open a Victoria's Secret Express? And that and will fit in the mall. People will come. Bath and Body Express, Toys R Us, not Toys R Us, Disney Express store. That people that leave from Paterson to all those stores out there in Willowbrook Mall, they will stay in Paterson. The money will stay here, and people don't have to even go and take a ride to any other mall because they have at least an express store that they could shop any article, anything that they want from those stores.
well,
It will boost the mall.
yeah, I don't want to stick on a mall, but I think part of the problem with the mall is people, why come to Paterson when you can go to Willowbrook? Steve Mayrad says affordable rent is the major part of quality. Like, working two jobs to pay rent does not a working class family to do that. Sarah Billy asks, what is your educational background, Councilman?
Well, man, to get you the background, Sarah B knows me quite good. She knows me for, I could say, 37 years that I've been living in Paterson. My background, I have a degree in public safety also. I took 2 years of criminal justice. I did 4 years at college in religion. I think that my background education is not the more important thing here, is the way that I conduct myself. I do cover. I can't hear you.
She says, we have enough liquor stores and restaurants in the city of Paterson on every corner. This is backtracking. We are already at full capacity. That's the comment that she's making for you, Councilman Velez.
Can you repeat that? I heard that liquor stores and restaurants.
Yeah, it's on the screen. We have enough liquor stores and restaurants in the city of Paterson on every corner. This is backtracking. We are already at full capacity. That's the statement. I don't think it's so much a question. It's a statement or comment, what she's saying about the city of Paterson, which there are a lot of liquor stores and there are a lot of restaurants.
That comment could be answered for, as a respect that she making that comment. We not giving new license or liquor stores or bars or whatever. The state is not honoring no more license to the city of Paterson. There's a lot of pocket license that inactive that if there is available place to put it, they have to go to the ABC board and active that license. Regarding the restaurant, I don't think we have enough restaurant. People like to eat, and they will come to Paterson to eat. It is a destination of good food. We have the varieties of restaurants in the city of Paterson. And once again, I don't want to see empty front stores. I want to see them full of whatever it is, restaurant, any business that move the economy in the city of Paterson. I don't think that we have enough restaurants. If there's space for more, hey, that's what people would want to do. Do a restaurant, make a restaurant, and give the good culinary art to the city of Paterson. That will bring people to come and eat. We just opened Romo in where it was used to be in the third ward by Mama Juana, and it was a successful restaurant. Should I get mad because they opened a restaurant there, then they didn't open a church? I cannot get mad. If they open a church, amen. If they open a restaurant, amen. If they come into Paterson to invest and they see hope in Paterson.
Okay, but there's a couple of minutes left, Councilman. Nobody asked about your legal issue, so I'm not going to ask because nobody else asked. But for those people,
no, that's okay.
I'm not gonna ask because none of the folks who live in the city of Paterson asked, so I'm not going to ask. So they didn't ask, I'm not going to ask. But
I'm
no, hold on, Councilman. But no, we're not going to talk about that because we're going to need another hour. But for the people those folks who do know what happened with you, and I'm going to give you a couple of minutes just to speak to them, the folks who do know what happened and may have lost a little energy with you. What do you say to the people of the city of Paterson, and specifically those folks who may be feeling a little weary about you based on what happened recently? Well, we're not going to talk about what happened. We're not going to talk about what happened. Just how people react to you now.
I'm clear. Listen, an accident is an accident. I'm not the judge. I'm not the prosecutor. I'm not the police officer. And I believe an accident is an accident.
Now, for the folks who may say, well, I used to like Councilman Velez, but I'm a little leery about him now because of what the circumstances surrounding that. So what do you say to those folks and the people of the city of Paterson who are going to have to make a decision between you and Sayeg and Michael Jackson and whoever else this coming next year? What do you say to those folks?
Well, one thing I could say is I'm not perfect. I'm a person that had a bumpy roads. I correct those bumpy roads. Don't judge me because what you see in social media. Get the right facts and get to know me. If you haven't got to know me, the real Luis Velez, have a conversation with me. Sit down. I will listen to you, and there's something to explain it. I will explain it. But right now, I once again on $100 bill to be likable for everyone. But I'm here open. I'm gonna still go to do my job. I'm gonna still do what people elect me to do to serve them and be when they need me. And I think that whatever happened in the personal situation will have to do nothing at all with my government functions that I have been doing in the city of Paterson. I know it's a bad taste. It came at the wrong time. I never expected, but at the same time, once again, I'm not hiding. I'm open book. An accident is an accident, and I think that people should not judge me for an accident.
Okay, Councilman. All right, everybody, all you Patterson folks, that was the opportunity. So if you didn't ask a question, then yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can ask it at the forum or whatever. But anyway, yeah, I'm over time. People are yelling in my ear right now. So Councilman Luis Velez, 5th Ward, great city of Paterson, New Jersey. I apologize to the folks around the country who listen to the Ron Kelly show because I focused on a certain area of the country, which I really don't do. But I apologize to those. I'll get back to you with the national stuff next Thursday evening on the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program. Sean Williams there was a parting shot, typical politician talking around important issues, but I'm here to listen. Okay, all right. You're here to listen. I like the sound of that. I appreciate you. And I appreciate everybody who listens to the Ron Kelly Show, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, LA Talk Radio, Blog Talk Radio, RonKellyShow.com, all the folks who tuned in to the Ron Kelly Show this evening. I want to thank you so much for joining me, as you usually do on a Thursday. Thank you, Councilman Velez, for having the wherewithal to come up here and face the music on the Ron Kelly Show. And it worked out okay. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you back here next week for another edition of the Ron Kelly Show. And as always, I like to say it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice, Councilman Velez. And
that's right. That's right.
And we may not have it all together, but together, it's the only way where we can have it all. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Councilman Velez. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Wait for the second invitation, man. I'm open.
And G. Greer, get at me. I'll bring you on the program. You can speak your piece too. G. Greer, who I think is running for councilman, if I'm not mistaken. G. Greer. Running for council.
He haven't announced, but I think G. Greer is always involved.
Well, Paterson, I lived in Paterson. I still have love for Paterson, and I still know what's going on. I do come to Paterson every now and then with my old sources, and with my sources that I had when I did my show at William Paterson University. As a matter of fact, I know the show is almost over, so City One. But as a matter of fact, I received a proclamation from the city of Paterson. It's hanging up somewhere in here. There it is. Yeah, I received a proclamation from the city of Paterson. Who was the councilman before you? Oh, God. No, this is going back a long time ago. Councilman, this was when Vera and everybody else was on the council back then. And I got a proclamation. I'm sorry?
What ward you used to live?
Yeah, no, I got a proclamation, one of those big things from the city of Paterson for my radio show years ago. I think I can't even think of who the mayor was. But that was a long time ago. Anyway, Councilman, thank you.
Marty Barnes.
I'm sorry.
Probably Marty Barnes. I can't hear you.
I loved Marty Barnes, and he didn't have a detail. He rode around by himself. So that's power right there. Thank you, Councilman. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. See you all, guys. See you guys next week on another edition of The Ron Kelly Show. Thank you so much. Thank you, Councilman.